Welcome back to the Cricket Weekly podcast on the Reverse Scoop with Adam and Nabil. How are we, Nabil?
Good, bro. Good. Another week. We're back at it. You know, MLC match going on right now. Seattle Orcas and who we got playing. Let me just pull up all my stuff.
San Francisco Unicorns.
San Francisco Unicorn. They've only, I believe, lost one match, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Unicorns
one match.
have lost.
San Francisco Unicorn.
They've lost to Washington, and then they beat Washington. So top of the table teams have lost. Top of the table teams have won every game.
Yeah, so this is a crucial match for them, man. This is a crucial match for them to take on chasing 165, 168, 169 to win. And seems like they got a good chance, man. They put up they chased 230 plus against Mumbai Indians New York on June 27th, which was some chase. You know, that was their second win after getting rid of obviously their coach, their head coach, and changes in leadership as well. So you think that had something to do with the change in performances, those changes that Seattle Orcas made mid-season?
Potentially. I mean, yeah, they got rid of they had an exchange of coach or dropped the coach, and then Klaassen voluntarily gave up the captaincy to Raza. And then, so they got Ian Bell there as their batting coach. He's stepping up, doing some work with them. And I mean, maybe it was just, maybe it's coincidental. Maybe they just put it all together in one go. Hetmeyer obviously took it all the way down to the final ball, getting a 6 off the final ball to get it done. And then they went back to back. They did it in the final over of the next game. Also, Hetmeyer also taking it down to the wire. So it's the turnover new leaf, and it's crazy to think that they lost 5 games in a row and now they're sitting in 4th place. So that's kind of crazy.
That's the crazy part, man, because we all thought that they were going to be the early eliminators, out of the tournament, but looks like they've turned in a new leaf with a couple of these wins, and in their next 3 games they pull off a couple of wins. Who knows? They make that playoff and they can still make a run for that trophy. So which is going to be miraculous, I think, if it happens after dropping the first 5, man.
For sure.
I think some major changes, for Seattle there made the difference, it feels like. And we got big news from you too, Adam. You're going out to Houston in a week or so, covering MLC, got the major league creds for media rights. So how's that coming along, man? What are you planning for that trip? And guys, if you have any questions for Adam or any ideas for content, drop them in the chat. We want to make sure that we back Adam up with all these ideas and great feedback and questions and things that he can do out there. So, drop them in the chat and let us know what you think Adam, should cover out there. So, Adam, what do you got going on, man?
So, we're heading out to Dallas for the cricket at Grand Prairie. We'll talk to MLC tomorrow about what plans are. I mean, my plans are to run the similar stuff that I've been running and I ran at Oakland is, being out in the stands, getting amongst the fans, getting the hype in the crowd, getting the reaction to the plays. I think that content has been hitting very well. Even more so, like when you compare the reaction videos that I was getting, got more views than like the regular highlights we're getting of the same moment. So that was cool to see. People resonating with the moments, and it's cool to see the fans getting involved. I'm like spotlighting the fans, and so shooting more content like that, where it's like POV content and just like getting in amongst the reactions of everyone in the stadium. Trying to blend the fans. I feel I use the term like it's a bridge between the fans and the players. Trying to be that bridge between them and like bring the moments that are happening in the stadium to the screen, because you don't really see on the TV like what's happening in the stands. Like the biggest thing is like when Texas was playing, it's so loud. When MI played Texas, it's the loudest game I've ever been to, loudest live of sporting event I've ever been to. It's so loud, and you don't hear that on the live telecast. You don't understand how loud it is. And obviously, if some people listening, tuning in, like say, look, imagine going to Chennai and being in the stadiums or being in the IPL, like it's obviously incredibly loud. I'd never experienced something that loud before, so that was really cool. So, and then yeah, getting in with them, and I'll probably do more of the chanting for the bowler to try to get the bowler a wicket, because I was thinking about it today. They brought up stats in the stadium that they didn't show in the MLC broadcast, but they brought up like the fastest pitch or fastest ball of the game, and Harris Ralph got a wicket the ball before he got Russell out, and he bowled at 90 miles an hour, and then on the ball where we were
Wow.
cheering and made that video, he bowled at 91 miles an hour, and that was the fastest ball of the game. And so he obviously heard us, because you could hear in the live broadcast, you could hear us chanting in the live broadcast. And so I think that hyped him up a little bit and got the extra pace, because the extra pace is the difference. Like I was just watching Courtier, I'm not sure how I say his name, from the Orcas, but he's bowling like up around 90 miles an hour consistently. And I think that's a huge difference. I think that's something, I'll talk about this extensively, but like I think that's one of the big differences here in the US is speed is slightly slower than average, like bowling speed. Like there's not many players in the US are bowling it consistently over 90 miles an hour,
Yeah.
whereas there's maybe 2 or 3 bowlers now in the MLC that are getting it up to the over 90 miles an hour consistently. Most are 83 to 87 miles an hour, in that kind of range. So yeah. So anyway,
A lot of the pace comes from overseas, it seems like, you know.
Well, it's sometimes it's effort balls. Like I'm big on I think Rambada is one of the best that does it. He'll bowl 80% pace for 99% of his deliveries, and then he'll hit you with a fastball. Because like I watched a game, I forget who was playing. It might have been in the Champions Trophy, and he had been bowling consistently like 86, 87 miles an hour. And then he bowled like a 93, 94 mile an hour ball out of nowhere and just went through someone. And I was like, oh, man. And that's what I mean. Like sometimes bowling, like Shah Bakhtar, obviously, and Brett Lee could bowl over 90 miles an hour every ball. That was just their MO. But I think there's a place now in cricket where if you need to be able to bowl 90 plus, but not every ball. Like have the pace off ball and then have the absolute screamer of a ball, rip snorter of a ball, because that's the pacemaker, the difference. You know, because like I watched Harris Ralph like in the last game, he bowled 3 slower balls in a row, and slow ball miss, slow ball swing and miss. Then he's like slow ball third time, but then he got smacked for 6. Like I don't think you can bowl 3 slow balls in a row. You got to pick up a pace.
Yeah, I think the idea is to keep the batters off balance, right? Especially in this day
Right.
and age where they can just smash you for 6s and they're looking to score quick. So I think keep slower ball is a big weapon, and I remember Shoaib Akhtar used to use it really well with that pace, and would drop it down like 50, 60 clicks, and you'd be like,
Taylor
whoa.
to Scott one, and it's out. Taylor to Scott
There
one, and
you
it's out. I
go.
was about to say Taylor's been 9. He's 0 runs, 9 balls faced, and
What's going on with his form, man? Do you think there's anybody on the bench that could come in?
Well,
In
I
place
mean,
of
they
Taylor
had him
to
in.
add more firepower?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna reach this stream. I don't think is working on Instagram. I think there's a problem with Instagram right now and live streaming, so that's probably something going on. Yeah, I don't think it's on your end. I think it's on Instagram's end. StreamYard had a post that said that this Instagram's kind of stream is down, so I can see the stream is down on Instagram, but it's working for StreamYard. What Daryl says, tell the MLC to invest in proper cricket ground in New York. There's a lot of talent in New York region. So, interesting enough, I got to sit down with, now the name has forsaken me. We talked about this last week, maybe at some point. Jonathan, the president, the CEO of Cricket USA. I had lunch with him a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking to him about grounds and talking to him about broadcast deals and stuff like that. And obviously a lot goes into everything. And yeah, that's the dream is to have part of the problem, like we mentioned this last week, part of the problem is when you break down sports in America, Americans are home team fans. So everyone in New York is either a Yankees fan or a Mets fan. Everyone in Boston's a Red Sox fan and a Patriots fan, and obviously back to New York, you have Jets and the Giants and whatever. And so it's hard for the MLC because the 6 teams are spread across the country, and then they don't all have their own stadiums to go to. So you have to travel to the 3 grounds that they're playing them at. And obviously for now, it works for the MLC in a capacity where to keep everyone at one place, because for last season they were traveling back and forth between North Carolina and Texas, on and off for the couple of weeks. And so at least at this point, they've been able to put everyone together at Oakland, everyone together at Texas, everyone down to Florida, and then back at Texas for the final. So it works a little better for the league itself, because it's a good product. The product is very good. The product is very good graphically, watching it on the TV, and the product at the ground is as good as it can be, and it comes down to attendance. Where the attendance is up, they were sold out. So they had 6,200 or something people came for the Texas MI game, and that atmosphere would have been electric. It would have been very loud with the whistles and everything. But like today's game may not have as many people there, so it's one of those things. But for the finals, I think they're going to have pretty decent crowds.
I think so, man. I think Texas does it well, because the crowd there, has a big interest, obviously, and it's a good way to market it. So because of the region, is rich with cricket loving people, so I think it makes it for a good, target. So I think New York can be another target where we have a Mumbai Indians team, but I think we can use another team, kind of like the Mets and the Yankees of sorts, and New York needs to get tapped. And obviously the weather doesn't help, right? But during a major league season, having a field here and tapping into the loving people here, I think it's going to make a big difference, because the tri-state in itself is packed with people who love cricket and want to spend big bucks on cricket. So, I think it's an area of growth, but I think it happens eventually when we get more teams in MLC.
Yeah. One of the bigger things is getting the ground out here, because it makes a huge difference saying that cricket's in New York. Because on a global stage, New York is obviously the most iconic city in the world, arguably. And saying that cricket's in New York City is in and of itself like a big thing. So I think it'd be good for the league to have it here, one of the stadiums here, because think about it, like Florida is a random place to have a game of cricket, because I know there's a lot of maybe Caribbean or West Indian, or maybe there's a hub down there. But for the sake of we don't have a team there. There's no team from Florida, which is the weird thing about it. Like if it was a team there, it would make a little bit more sense. At least with Oakland, there's a team in San Francisco, and Texas, like the Texas Super Kings. It would make more sense to have the team in another ground in New York for the New York team. That would make more sense. But I know Seattle's building a stadium also. So eventually will be a point where there's more stadiums, and it would be
Seattle doing this privately funded stadium, or what are they looking at?
Well, I know they're just committed. I know that the teams are committed to building a stadium. It's part of the deal. So, I mean, I was looking at a little bit today. I know a lot of the funds have come through. There's a group that owns the MLC, and they've contributed, so many millions of dollars to help grow the game across America, and that funds through the MLC, and the MLC obviously makes money, and they put that money back into growing the game. So, it's like I said,
owners have, I think, the right to add 2 more teams right now. I believe the guys that are adding the 2 franchise, one in partnership with the NZC, which is going to be launched, I think, in 2026 season, and then another team, and maybe the following season is what they're planning to do. So it's going to come to be an 8-team tournament within a few years. So it's going to be expanding. More teams going to be coming, more funding, hopefully by that time. But if you guys are just joining us, Adam's going to be going to Houston for the finals, covering the MLC week of playoffs. He's going to be working with, obviously the players there, doing a bunch of content in the crowds. And, if you guys have any, questions for him that he can do or any ideas for content, let us know in the chat, guys. What should Adam ask the players when he's engaging there? So anything you got for Adam, drop it in the comments. That would be cool. So, and yeah, Daryl says, I believe NY Central for the fan base, NJCT, turned out for the World Cup. So yeah, definitely they did, man. They turned out for the World Cup. They did their part. But obviously business got to make sense. So how can we get the business side to make sense for the MLC guys to have a stadium out in the Northeast? But we've got NY Ovals. Shout out to Ashok, the guy who is a director with the USA Cricket as well for the youth, and they have a stadium out in I forget the name, but it's like 2.5 hours near the city, about 2.5 hours away from the city, near Albany. And have 3-4 fields. They're building the infrastructure there. So that's the closest, top level field that we have, with multiple turfs and a lot of youth level national tournaments also going on out there. So maybe that can be looked at as potential to, something in the area that can be, built out as an infrastructure build. But yeah, that's an option there. So, but yeah, what's the score going on with the current MLC match right now, Adam? What are we looking at?
Right now we have San Francisco. They're 18-1 into the 5th over.
Man, is this the slow pitch? Are you watching the game right now? Do you have it up on your side?
Yeah, I'm watching it up. Yeah, it's a slow pitch. So Taylor faced 10 balls, no runs. He couldn't base a ball. They still have two slips in place with Bartlett bowling. And yeah, it's been haven't been able to score many runs here. I mean, I don't think you can't really say slow when there's the pace that's bowling. So yeah, Bartlett's charging it again. They still got two slips here. Mayers goes for a big swing down the ground, completely misses it. I mean, he's bowling 81, 85 miles an hour, 130 clicks right there. Yeah, they just can't put back the ball. I mean, Xavier Bartlett's a very good bowler. Two of the really big standout players, I think, from this outside of this is actually excluding the USA players, but from Australia, they've Xavier Bartlett, really good with the ball, really good with the bat. More of a, I would say, bowling all rounder. And then we talked about this like Mitch Owen, also a batting all rounder. Really good. I mean, Xavier Bartlett's picked up a bunch of wickets, and he won them the game against MI New York, scoring that 60. Is a wicket going to fall here? Ball sky. They're running back to catch it, and a wicket. Mayers is out. 3 runs off 7 runs. Orcas have now gone 18 for 2 down into the 5th over.
Wow.
So again, I'm not sure. Again, I don't know what is happening with the batting order. So again, today they rechanged the batting order. They went. So I believe Jones isn't playing. So Jones just scored a 70 in the last game, and they had
he's in the lineup.
He is. Let's see who comes at the bat next. I thought that Jones isn't batting. No, it's not. No, Jones isn't playing. Raz is coming out to bat.
In the lineup. I'm on Crick Info pulling this information, and it says
I don't know if they changed the lineup or they got it wrong over there. But hang on. Oh, it could be a no ball. Umpires review. They're reviewing something here. Okay, takes the catch, coming to the ground. Oh, this is going to be one of those scenarios where he touches the ground. Oh no. No, it's going to be a catch. So the umpires are reviewing it. He took the catch, 2-handed catch. The ball ends up being transferred into his right hand. He slides along the ground, and the ball doesn't. As he slides, it slides along the side of his hand. The ball stays up on not touching the ground. But it's been controversial this week. I don't know if you saw the West Indies game against Australia. A lot of controversial decisions, third umpiring decisions go on astray. Did you see any of those? You see that?
No, I did not, man. What was the?
So there was many controversial decisions. The first controversial decision.
Who was the umpire? Let me ask that.
Oh, I'm not sure. It's exclusively the third umpire. The third
umpire made errors.
That's crazy. Third umpire made 3 errors. 3 very clear errors. So the first one was Travis Head inside edge, and the keeper took the ball low, kind of turned his body away from the ball. It sunk down, and the keeper, he's kind of is at fault because he didn't really appeal very well. If he just stood up and said it was out, the umpire probably would have given it out. But basically, he stood up from catching it and he's like, I don't know if I caught it. So they went to the review and they start slumming it down, and they're like, the ball touched the ground, but you can clearly see the webbing of the glove is underneath the ball. Okay, but they say not out, ball touched the ground. Then it goes to the next day, and Chase is batting. He's on a couple of runs, 10 maybe runs, and inside edge of Pat Cummins. No, Pat Cummins goes up for an LB, and you can clearly hear in the audio when you're watching it live, the sound is ka-chunk. The sound is ka-chunk. You're like, okay, that's two noises there. Clearly, you can hear. He clearly hits it.
Did they not use the DRS?
Well, no. So they use no. So they use the DRS. He gives it out, and straight away, as soon as he goes out, and then he's like, review, and you can clearly see that there is a spike on the DRS. But DRS, apparently, they're saying something like the frame by frame. You can't take a spike in the secondary frame because it's not part of the original spike. I don't know. So anyway, so you just look at the frame. Okay, you see the ball. They zoom in. You can see off stump in the back behind his pad, and then you see the ball coming towards the bat, and all of a sudden the ball goes shunk and goes straight into his pad. So you're like, not out. And the third umpire, you hear it on the comms. He goes, clearly no deviation. Clearly misses the bat. Big gap between bat and ball. Go to ball tracking. And all the commentators are like, what are you talking about? There's a huge deviation there. I'm like, there's a huge deviation. He could hit it straight into his pad. And then he goes to ball tracking, hits the stumps, and like, yeah, give it out. And everyone is like, oh my goodness, no, he belted it into his pad. How can you not see that? So that was that one. And then the other one was, the same day, Alex Carey, they take an inside edge. He goes to the leg side, takes the catch cleanly, but as he dives, his palm rolls over and the ball touches the ground. Then you can clearly see the ball touch the ground and actually readjust into his glove. It touches the ground and it readjusts. The ball moves up in his glove, meaning that the ball had touched the ground, making contact with the ground, and then he comes up with the ball, and they go to third umpire and they say out. And then everyone's like, what are you talking about? It clearly hit the ground. What are you talking about? And so that was the controversy in the DRS and the third umpire.
That's crazy. And it seems like Darren Sammy, the coach, was also fined 15% of his match fee and a demerit point for questioning those calls. So
he should have given him a trophy. Like it was one of those things where I'm surprised no one ran out on the field because that game was so close. And if those three decisions were done correctly, West Indies would have won that game. Like that game was like they both got rolled. Like think about it. Australia got rolled for less than 200. It was a
low-scoring affair, yeah.
It was a low-scoring affair. And Chase got out on 10. It was he shouldn't have been out. He went on in the second innings to score a couple, like a 40 or 50 or something. So if he had scored that runs in the first innings, like West Indies should have had a 70 to 100 run lead coming out of that second day or whatever. But those two wickets just blew it for them. They shouldn't have been out. And Travis Head should have been out in the first day. Should have been given out. So he shouldn't have. Yeah. So I think it's going to be close, very close.
How do errors like that occur at the top level, man?
That's what the conversation was about.
Kind of mind-boggling, right? You think?
Because we honestly need to bring back hotspot, but there's a big thing around hotspot. I don't know if you've seen or you've read about why. Because hotspot apparently they're calling it like it's a military grade camera, and so some of these countries aren't allowing it. That's the reason. The reason why we don't have hotspot anymore is because it's military grade equipment. And there's
Crazy.
like these sanctions on not being able to have military grade equipment, and think about India versus Pakistan, like they don't want this military grade
That's
stuff involved.
crazy.
That's
I
because that's
thought it
weird.
was
It's
I thought it was mostly the cost of actually having it, like the cost
no,
that
it's
the home board would have to bear for the DRS, for the hotspot, for the anything else that they want to use, for that particular series.
yeah. Well, I read one time that's because it's like military grade. It's military grade equipment. Maybe the cost is
That's
also
nuts.
involved into it, but it's technically it's military grade. Yeah, because like the
That's
military
nuts.
use those cameras for stuff like that. So yeah, because that would be the easiest way. Because that back in the day when Australia played, because most of this stuff comes out of Australia. Hawkeye was an Australian invention. This stuff comes out of Australia. Hotspot came out of Australia, and that was the great. You watch the cricket. Oh, yep. You see the hotspot on the edge. Yep, perfect. Not out. See you later. Or
Yeah,
yeah, there was an inside edge there. You don't have to go to Snicko. You can see the hotspot on the camera.
yeah.
So I think they got to bring it back for sure. And whatever the
That's
money, like, and you got India out here. You go sidetrack, but you got India out here claiming they will need more money from the ICC. Give me a break. Give me an absolute break. You see that? They're like, oh, BCC demands that ICC pay them more money because India. No, don't
Oh,
pay
man.
India more money. Give me a break. Give someone else some money. They got
That's
enough money.
right.
They
I
got
mean,
enough money.
it's really the game of money, man, and Monopoly.
Oh,
That's
leave it.
what it all is. So, at the end of the day, we'll see where the wind blows, man. But yeah, Seattle Orcas doing their thing right now. I think they're down 2, but
They're doing something. It's 32 for 2 in the
and
seventh
the Raza
over.
that came out looking positive at least, So it's 32 for 2,
So,
as you said, and
but shout out to Shy. Shout out to Shy Jahangir. Like, literally, he has been one of the standout USA players. He didn't play the first few games, and they brought him in. He's been their consistent opening batter because the problem with the Orcas is they have 4 opening batters. So they lost they sold or traded Quinton de Kock, and he's now the 5th highest run scorer in the MLC right now. So he would have been good. You could have technically played de Kock with, and think about this. They have 4 opening batters and they don't have Rickleton. They should have also had Rickleton. So it should have been like Shy shouldn't have even been opening the batting because they would have had everyone else, but they put him open and he's been their best thing that they've done. Best thing that Orcas have done is put Shai Jahangir. That ball turned. Oh, my stars and stripes. That ball, he just bowled a wrong in that bent like 45 degrees, like 50 degrees. That wrong in
that's
turned
Hassan
so
Khan,
much.
right? The youngster.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You got to watch the replay of this wrong in. If you go watch the replay in the 6th, in the 7th or 6th over, he bowled a wrong in. I got to make a video about that. That ball turned so far. I can't believe how much that turned. So, yeah, they're playing. There'll be a lot of spin play today. They had a Salam bowling today for Orcas. He is so underrated. Oh, my goodness. Salam, he is amazing. He has the best run up in the game. He has a hop, skip, and a jump. And then he runs in off like his run up is further than Bumrah's run up. And he bowls leg spin.
Really?
Or he bowls mystery spin. Yeah, he has a hop and a skip and a jump. And then he bowls really good wrong-ins, really good leg breaks, really good toppies.
Oh, Waqar Salam Keel, the guy from
Bakar Salam. Yeah,
Seattle, right?
yeah.
He's good. The
He got
bowling
Krishna
attack's looking
Murthy out.
really solid, man.
Yeah, but he got Krishna Murthy out with his top spinner. You got to watch the replay getting Krishna Murthy out. He bowls this mystery flipper, mystery toppy, and it comes out of his hand scrambled seam, and then by the time it reaches the ground, it goes full vertical seam. It goes from scrambled seam, and then it starts sitting sideways, and then it goes full vertical seam, and then it hits the ground, and then it pops up, and it's like top spinner. And Krishna Murthy would place underneath it. Yeah, it goes straight through him and takes the top of off stump. I was like, that's a ball. I've never seen a ball do that. I've never seen a ball go from scrambled seam to top spinner like that. It was nuts. It because normally if you start with the seam
bowling
up,
attack is coming together nicely. Only if they can consistently put up runs. I mean, Hermeet's saying they got Gerald Coetzee, man, who was with I think Super Kings last year, right? I I think that's a great pickup.
Potentially. I'm not sure where he came from, but yeah, he's as I'm saying, he's bowling very well,
He's
bowling some good
The
heat.
South African Gerald Coetzee bowls close to 90 miles per hour. He's probably their
He's been
quickest bowler.
consistently over. Yeah, he's been bowling 90 miles an hour. Yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's one of the issues is they had Gannon, even though Gannon's a very good bowler, he bowls stump
yeah,
to stump, but he's not it hasn't been getting up towards the 90. And
yeah.
if you watch today, he Coates against Seifert, he was bowling very leg side, very straight, very leg side, and he was attacking his pads. And Tim Seifert was having a hard time getting back to ball because he was bowling 90 miles an hour, and he wasn't able to really
John
get.
Gear smashes a 6, man.
Yeah. He had a 4. He had a. Oh, you must be ahead of it. I don't know how you're. How are they telling you ahead of it? He's hit a 4. He hit a 4. He hit
Oh no,
a
he hit a
4 right
4.
there.
Yeah, he hit a 4.
Yeah, stepping across, bang. That's a
4
good
and then
shot
no
right there to
run.
Shepard. It's 4 to Shepard.
Got a 2 and a 4.
Bang.
Because I
Yeah.
saw the 6-run added to his
Oh,
tally. I was like, man, did he smack a
yeah.
6? You know, because he had a
Yeah.
2 and then a 4. So
Yeah. There's been 3 4s and 1 6 so far in the innings. It's 4 for 2. Oh, he goes for the ramp. Oh, he misses it. Misses it.
okay. Can
Oh,
John
he's
Gear
screaming
take
at himself.
Seattle
He's
Orcas home
screaming.
today? Let us know in the
Yeah.
comments, if you guys think that he can
Well,
take Seattle Orcas home, and they need this third win to stay alive and stay on that number 4 spot to qualify
yeah.
for that playoff spot.
So
So
let's talk about the playoffs because, like I said, this has been a
yeah,
crazy run. It's
yeah.
5 losses in a row, and then they've had 2 wins back to back, and now they're sitting in the 4th spot. And it looks like so. What's happening here is that there's top edge there from Shine. He's going to run for 4 behind the keeper. There is everyone plays 3 more games each, and the situation is for Seattle, they have to win at least 2 of the 3 games to guarantee themselves in. If they do that, because MI and LA will play each other twice. They're the two teams below them. So if MI and LA play each other, will they win that when they play each other? As long as one team beats the other one once, they each get 1 win against the other, then they'll essentially knock each other out.
Ooh.
Because, but if let's just say one of those teams gets both wins against the other team, then the Orcas would need to win all 3 games to guarantee. Then they would draw. If they won 2 and MI wins 3, then that would come down to a draw, and then it would come on net run rate. So the situation for Seattle to guarantee it would be win 2 out of 3 games, and then MI and LA have a 1 win each, and then that would secure them the win. If Orcas only win 1 out of 3 games, they would absolutely need then 1 win from each of them. Yeah. So
That's crazy. So I mean, like
there's still a
essentially,
chance.
Unicorns and Freedom and even Texas Super Kings have
Already in.
locked down this spot.
Locked it in.
They're already
Yep.
in. So right now, the
Yep.
battle is really for 1 spot that's left, and it's between
Yeah.
Orcas, Mumbai Indians, and LA Knight Riders. And
Yeah. It's like they say it's a 2-tiered system right now. It's the bottom 3 and the top 3.
Seattle Orcas got a disadvantage with the net run rate a little bit, but
Ooh,
I
free
think
hit
just
coming
having
up
those
here.
3 matches, man, and if they can just win across from here, gives them the best chance. But even if they drop a match, you never know which way things may turn for them.
Oh, Shy goes massive in the free hit. It's out. It's up on the roof. He hits it up on the roof.
There you
What
go.
a
52
shot.
for 2 and 8 overs. They're looking
That
solid
ball's
for this
up
chase.
on the roof. Wow. He smashed it up onto the roof. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think they'll win this tonight, man. I think they'll win this tonight.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling they're going to go on a good run.
Yeah.
After,
you know what I want to see? I want to see. I mean, like this MLC is gonna, I think, redefine Team USA. I think it gets a reset. It does get a reset because like Shy has been batting out of his skin, so he's a shoe in.
Yeah.
You've got players like Krishnamurthy batting really well, shoe in.
Yeah.
You got we got Hamid Singh always doing his thing. He's economical. He's been getting 1 to 2 wickets a game, but he's very, very economical. He only had 1 game that he was hit for like 40 runs.
He's good control, man.
Yeah.
Hermit's the man, like
But then, yeah,
control is pretty good.
McLemore had scored some runs. He hasn't scored many in the last 2 games, but he did start
Yeah.
very strong. And seeing him hit a ball, that he can hit a ball,
Oh yeah.
for sure. And then, who else had the domestic players I was going to mention? Shadley, he'd come through good. He took a 3 for the other day, or 4 for the other day. He had a good run the other day. Took a couple wickets right away in the first in the power play. So yeah, I think
Yeah, well,
there's going to be
if
a
we look
shakeup.
at the impact list, right? I've got this up on Crick Info,
Okay.
and it says most valuable players of this MLC series this year, right? And obviously one guy is just kind of killing it, which is Mitchell Owen. With
Yeah.
the bat and with the ball, the guy is just miles and miles ahead right now in this MVP race, essentially. And yeah, I think he's going to take the cake as the top player for the 2025 season. And we got Matthew Short, coming in the second spot. Then Glenn Maxwell, Finn Allen, Harris Ralph, Shimron Hitmeyer, Xavier Bartlett, Fav Duplessis, Jack Edwards, Trent Bolt, and then we've got a USA player in Monank Patel who's coming in at
Well, yeah, Monarch Patel. He's
skipper,
now the second or third highest. He's the third highest run scorer now in the MLC. He's obviously the captain, which is a shoe-in. He's going to be staying there. But he's been batting very well. And he's been on the wrong end of a lot of not decisions, but he's been the wrong end of some losses. They've been getting these losses. Like MI definitely is better than their position on the ladder. That's they had the game won almost against San Francisco, and then Xavier Bartlett took it home and won it in the final over. They were up. They had him. What was it? 7 or 8 down, and San Francisco needed 63 off 30, and MI couldn't close it out. They had the game against Texas. They were on track to win that game quite comfortably, and then Pollard was run out, lazily running between the wickets, sparked a collapse. Pollard got out, then Monarch Patel got out very next ball. Then Bolt. I don't know what's happening with Trent Bolt. I'm not sure what's going on. Did you see he had another run out situation? He had another run out situation happen. I don't know what's happening there. I just don't know if
even with the ball, I'm not sure if he's as effective as he was. I mean, I saw the highlights of Fav Duplessis just smacking him all over the place.
Fav Duplessis was smacking him around the place.
Oh, dude, that 100 was just sublime. I was like, the guy at 42 years old just smashing everywhere, and was good to see. And Mukamala got to bat with him, for a little bit, which was a good thing.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. Like, even when Mukamala got out, like, just to watch Fav Duplessis patting him on the back, that was like a cool moment, I think. Because
he's going to gain a lot of experience just from that innings, watching him from the other end, man. He had the best seat in the house, and so we need more of those. I mean, I'm looking at this list, right? And it's like these guys are pitted up against the best T20 players in the world. And at number 11, we've got Monank Patel. Then, next one we've got is Hassan Khan, who potentially can come in the USA lineup. He's at 16 in the impact player list. And I don't think he's part of the USA cricket roster at the moment. But he's one guy who could be eligible locally.
Well, I would pick him on, like, he's a good all-rounder. He has leg spin. He can bat. He had scored some big runs. A couple of those games for the Unicorns, getting some quick-fire runs. So... Because USA doesn't have. I'm trying to think of who's their like gun leg spinner. Do we have?
They have I think Yasir Muhammad on the bench, who doesn't get a lot of game time, but
he plays for the Unicorns. Yes, I got to say hi to him. I know he plays for Freedom. Plays for the Freedom.
Yeah.
Took that epic catch. He bowled one over to Pal, and Pal absolutely smashed him for like 3 sixes in a game.
Yeah.
And I commented on the post about it, and I was like, mate, sometimes you toss it up and you get a wicket. Sometimes you toss it up and you get smashed over the fence. I mean, that's just how it goes.
That's how it is with leg spinners, man. But he's a homegrown talent. He's a homegrown talent.
Toss it up, mate. Yeah.
He's
But I'm saying, like, sometimes we're in a stage where if you had an all-rounder leg spinner, you'd probably take the spinner that can bat.
All-rounder.
You know what I mean? You take the
Always,
batting leg
always.
spinner. So that's the sucky part for leg spinners. I mean, you're most likely going to take the leg spinner for the ODIs. If you had an ODI, take the full-time leg spinner for the ODI. But for the T20, you would take the all-rounding leg spinner.
Yeah.
Plus,
I think he'll bowl in a good tandem with Harmeet. So you have Harmeet in one end, you got Hassan Khan on the other end. It can provide, the team, some control. And I think he's doing well this season. And Harmeet comes in at 19 on this list. Hassan Khan is 16, and we've got Shadley coming at 22. And in between, we've got Rachin Ravindra, Michael Bracewell, Andre Russell, Jake Fraser McGurk, Kyle Mayers, Karen Pollard. So all the big stars, they're part of this list, and just wanted to give a perspective of some of where the USA players land on this list, and and we need more talent, local talent, to perform, like some of those guys that we mentioned to, make that team strong for the USA cricket. But we've got a match going on again, guys. 56 for 2. Seattle Orcas chasing 168. Cheyenne Jahangir is batting pretty well right now, trying to get through. And if you guys are just joining us, Adam will be going to Houston next week to cover Major League Cricket, and we'll be doing some content out into the crowd. So any ideas, any questions you have for Adam, drop them in the chat, and we'll need to provide some good ideas to Adam to help him out. Adam, the 238 target, man, that Seattle Orcas chased, right? There was the match, but not this match, obviously.
There's going to be a run out potentially at the non-strikers end. No. This is going to be an unfortunate run out. I think he's out of his ground. Shy.
Is it going to be Jahangir?
No, Shy's on strike, so that's fine. Raza's walking off the field. He knows he's out. No.
Raza.
That's happened so many times with the Orcas. Rickleton did the same thing to Klaassen in season 2. He's walking off the field. He can't believe it. They haven't gone to the replay yet. But
the fielder was Karima Gore.
So, Gore. Yep. He smashed it straight back down the ground. Gore gets a fingertip to it. Ricochets. Hits the stump. Like, I'm pretty sure from the replay, it flicks his finger. Yeah. He's going to be out. Nice. And then turning around, his bat is in the air. Bang. Yeah, he knew it. He knew he was out. He didn't even get his bat back.
The fact that they're giving some game time to Karima Gore, man. That's. I'm happy to see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were just talking about that. They were talking about that in the pregame show.
He's a good talent. He's a good talent. He played for USA, and then he decided to play domestic cricket in the West Indies. So he was out there for a while. Now he's back with the unicorn selection. So he's come on and done an interview on the podcast as well previously.
Yeah. So you are right. Jones is in the lineup, but Hetmeyer is coming out to bat, so they're changing the lineup. Jones is in the order.
Is he hurt?
I like this. I don't know. I just think that the Orcas still don't know who to put where in the batting lineup. So Raza came out ahead, and technically Klaassen was meant to be ahead of Hetmeyer, but that's what I'm saying. Hetmeyer is on fire right now, so they bring him out to bat. So Hetmeyer's coming out now. He's going to try to save us the game. I'm not sure. There's so much talent in the team, but it's you got to pick the right formula. That's the problem, is that
Jahangir's gone, bro.
He just bowled him. He went straight through the gate. He went straight. He can't believe it,
bro. Doing his thing.
He can't believe it, bro. Oh my goodness, he can't believe it.
For 4.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I gotta watch it. Oh, so it was a stump slide up. Went straight through the gate. Here we go. Off spinner, tosses it up. It floats, it drifts, and it yorks him. Just absolutely yorks him. So much drift. That ball drifted from California all the way to Florida. Yeah, that's how far it drifted. It crossed the state of Texas coming across the wicket. That ball drifted so much. I can't believe how much drift he got out of that ball. Wow. I jinxed him. I jinxed Shy. It's my fault that he got out. I was going to ask you, can you look up if he had gotten a 50 yet? Had he gotten a 50 yet?
No. 36.
I don't know. I think no. Like in any of the games, I feel like he got a start in every game. I don't know if he's gotten a 50 in any of the games.
I don't
If you
think
go,
so. I mean,
if you
he's
go to
not
Crick
in the top
Info,
25 on that impact list
I
that
can
I
look
just brought
actually.
up.
If you look at Crick Info and then click his name, it will tell you his last 10 games, and then it'll tell you if he had a 50 or not. Because um,
Let's
I'm
see.
pretty sure he's gotten really close to. I think he's had 4 30+ scores, but hasn't been able to hit the 50. I don't think. I could be wrong. Or maybe one of the
Yeah,
games he got the
43.
50.
No, no 50. 43 against Los Angeles Knight Riders, 14 against New York, Mumbai Indians, New York, 40 against San Francisco, 26 against Seattle, against Los Angeles, and then 43 against New York on the
Yeah,
seventh,
so I'm saying
dating back to
he's
June
been really
17th.
close. He's
Yeah.
been close to the 50, but hasn't got it. He's been really close.
Let me see.
Yeah, a
Let me pull
40
up
to
more.
240. He's had 340s.
He had an
40,
89. No, that was way back. Nothing. Yeah, he had
no,
340s.
no,
Yeah, 340s.
340s. I'm saying he's got 43 times. And I just jinxed him because I was like, oh, go look at his stats. He was got a 50. I definitely jinxed Kyle Mayers when I was filming for the Orcas I was going around to the crowd for the Orcas. They had the Orcas crew filming me, going to the crowd. And I was like, guys, we got to stop filming me because he's going to score a century right here. And then so we're like, okay, let's go to that. We'll film that. And then he got out that ball. Oh my God. Don't take me anywhere. Can't take me
That's funny.
anywhere. Yeah.
That's funny, man. That's funny. I have the
Hetmeyer just hit a
highlights up.
six. Hetmeyer just hit a 6. Oh my goodness. Hetmeyer is the Hulk, bro. Hetmeyer is like literally the Hulk.
Hetmeyer might do well on this pitch. It's since like a slowish pitch, would probably
Both of these guys are gonna do well right here. They're just gonna tee off right here.
yeah.
They're done. Like Clausen has to score some runs. He's just got to score some runs. And
Yeah,
it's not
if
like he
they get
can't
another
score the
wicket
runs.
here, then it's going to be very tough. But if this pair takes off, I think they can chase this down. So this is a crucial partnership right here for
So
these guys.
here's the thing. The Orcas won the toss and elected to bowl first. Now that would be because they didn't know the wicket. But
Yeah,
if they had listened to Bat Ball USA, a shout out, had put together some stats which I shared during the Oakland game. The teams batting second were at a significant disadvantage playing under the lights and playing in Oakland with the cooler weather. When the weather cooled down, the
right.
ball moved a lot more, and there was an obscene amount of wickets lost right away. I think that's could be the case here in Florida also, that even though the pitch is slow, I think you would want to prefer to bat during daylight when the sun's out. Like, I don't think the wicket gets easier at nighttime. You
I
know
think
what I mean?
Florida historically has been a fairly low scoring venue. So, whenever they're out there, the pitches are usually low and slow. And, you may have a pitch or two there that may skid on. I've played a few matches there myself. And the conditions have always been, fairly slow and low. And I don't know if it's because of the ground or the surface or whatnot, but they haven't been able to produce like a fast, bouncy type of a surface there. It's closer to what you would get out in the West Indies, for example,
Oh,
right?
he goes
Uh,
massive. Oh, he
but
puts it up over the side screen. Hetmeyer's on right now. He's on.
hit a
Don't
couple
worry
of
about
sixes. Yeah, he's had a couple of
don't worry
baskets
being
before.
7 for 4. The forwards don't worry about it. He's on here. He's in the zone.
That's good,
I mean, he's
man.
hit
If
back to back 90s. He was 97 not out, and then he
just
was
the final ball six, man. That final ball six was, a match winner, and
bro.
it was
Well,
something
yeah,
that you guys needed. The Seattle needed that to lift the entire team. And I think just based off of that, they win tonight, because of his performance, his confidence, and obviously Clausen is there as well. So I think these two guys, can take it home for the
they need
Seattle Orcas
100
tonight.
runs. Yeah, they need 100 runs in 10 overs,
Yeah. Yeah.
which
It's
isn't impossible.
doable,
That's
man.
not impossible. It's doable.
It's a
It's
slow,
doable.
slow pitch. And especially for a guy like Clausen and Hetmeyer, two beasts of players who are crazy power hitters. They just need to make sure they don't go at it too early. Like take 2-3 overs. You get the ball, you want to put it away, but just play till 15th, 16th over and see what the situation is. And in the last 4 overs, if you need like 50, 60, you go for
Oh,
it. that point.
So Hassan Khan has bowled a no ball. Oh, it's front foot no ball. I thought he was arguing with the referee about the umpire about potentially being a wide. He bowled a wide. Wait, what happens there? Is that both? Is it a wide and a no ball or just a no ball?
Was it pitch off the pitch?
So the umpire called it a wide, but then they reversed it and called it a no ball because he stepped over the line. But technically, it bounced just on the guideline and then went for a wide. So technically, it wasn't a no ball by bounce. It was a wide by the bounce, but he stepped over the line. So it reverses the wide and it becomes a no ball because he stepped over the line. So now it's a free hit. It's 98 off 56. Hetmeyer gets a free hit. He is smiling ear to ear. Here we go here. Oh, he bowls a one. It's going to be a wide. That's going to be a wide. So he bowls a wide off the free hit. So it's another free hit. So the second free hit.
No run on the free hit. It's going to be a dot ball.
Well, he gets a one. He gets a one for the wide. Oh, my goodness. So it's been .16 no ball wide. Free hit again. Oh, that's wasted. He missed it. Dot ball. Wow.
Dot ball. I saw that earlier here.
Wow. Wow.
72 for 4 and 10, 11 overs almost done, and 9 more overs to go. Yeah, is Seattle going to take this? Guys in the chat, let us know. If you guys are watching us, I want you guys to, let us know in the chat. Will Seattle take this? Will San Francisco Unicorns pull this off? As a crucial match for the Seattle Orcas for them to stay in contention.
Oh, he goes absolutely massive.
Yeah, third six for Hetmeyer. Hetmeyer's on.
He's on.
Hetmeyer's on, man.
Forget about it.
Yeah, I think he takes them home today, man.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. That's massive.
Looking good. Massive six, man. Massive six. 78.
I haven't seen how big the boundaries are over there, but they seem regulation.
They're fairly decent. I mean, not too long, not too short, but I mean it depends on where they've kept the boundaries. But usually in the T20 affairs, they keep them shortish, level boundaries, 60, 65 meters, or yards.
Yeah,
whatever that may be. But
yeah, Texas up around 70 meters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Smoked that one.
Let's see what else we got, man. I have this highlight up from their 238 chase. I don't know if you want to take a look and watch it real quick. That chase was something, man. The 238 chase by Seattle Orcas.
Oh yeah. Well, I posted a highlight. They had like 30s plus from the final 12, and Hetmeyer went back to back. Big ones.
Very impressive in the Lexus.
There, I have it up here, so we can watch it a bit. This is the 238 chase by Seattle Orcas. So let's take a look, see how it came out to be. This was Mumbai Indians against a few days back. This match was played.
What a way! What a way!
A few days ago.
Like I said, like another
opening 40.
Use his feet.
Another opening partnership, different partner they had here, Brown and Shy.
Oh, fingers raised.
Brown goes early, inside edge.
Normally you see batters get their front foot a little closer.
I don't know
if
it's coming through pretty glitchy.
Kyle Mears.
Yeah.
Let's take it off.
And that one's just swung away to the leg side.
Yeah, everyone kind of chipped in to a point, and then Hetmeyer finished it off really strong, and poor Jesse Singh at the end was struggling to find the middle of the bat, or find the bat at all to get bat on ball to get Hetmeyer back on strike. But Jesse Singh almost retired himself. He tried to retire himself out, and then Hetmeyer sent him back. Didn't want to retire him out. Just get bat on ball, and eventually got bat on ball. But there was a retire. We can talk about this. The commentators, Nick, the commentator, keeps mentioning, and they keep talking about how in the future and soon that people are going to start retiring out to let someone else come into bat. And I'm like, why? It doesn't make any sense, because Fletcher scored 100 for MI or for LA, one of those teams, LA, right? And then he retired, and then Russell gets out very next ball, or Powell gets out very next ball. No, Andre Russell gets out very next ball, and so now they lose 2 wickets in the space of 2 balls for no reason.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have
I
happened.
think strategically it makes sense, like, especially
No,
in
it never
baseball,
makes
we
sense.
see,
It never makes sense. Never
well,
makes
there's a sub
sense.
rule, right? There's a concussion sub. Why not a strategical sub, for example? I
No,
mean,
no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't like the IPL sub rule. I don't like that at all.
Okay.
I want the MLC to keep the no sub rule. I don't mind. There's a new bunch of new rules coming out from the ICC. I like some of the rules. I don't like all of them. I like the bunny hop rule. I like that you can't bunny hop
Yeah.
now and over the fence. That's a good rule. I like the concussion rule, like for like player. You got to have 5 subs with the 5 different types of players. That's fine. It's very rare to have a sub come in, but like you think back to Lavishane being subbed in for Steve Smith, and then that's a like for like player regardless, and that worked out for him, and he got dropped, and he's probably not coming back. But then they have, what's the other rule they have? Something around. There's a couple of other rules they had. I mean, I think they need to change the big rule shift. The big rule that needs to change is the full toss. The full toss no ball rule. My rule is if the batter makes contact with the ball above his waist at any point on the pitch, it's a no ball. If you swing and the bat's in front of you and you make contact with the ball above your waist when you make contact with the ball, no ball. That should be the rule, because then you don't have to use Hawkeye. You can just use common sense. Because if you come down the wicket to a full toss, or even if you're on the crease, it comes high and it peaks down. If you hit the ball above your waist, then that should be a no ball. Then you haven't got to measure anyone's waist. You can just say, "Oh no, you made contact." Because imagine if you're taking action on the ball in the last 6 inches, the ball makes it under the line, but for the other 21 yards and 6 inches, it was above the waist. So why do we call it not a no ball? Why do we get away with not being a no ball? It should be a no ball. That's my opinion on the no ball rule.
No, it makes sense, man. It makes sense, but here's a stat for you, man. Hetmeyer has struck 18 sixes in the last 3 innings, and he's going today too. So where is he going to end up today? He's already smashed 3 sixes. I feel like, and Klassen is out, man. Klassen is done for.
He's out.
Yeah.
Oh, he just got caught behind. Oh my goodness, he just got out.
Yeah,
you're the cricket info is must be at the stadium putting in the scores, because it's a few seconds behind the.
My updates are faster than the broadcast, man. Yeah, just by a couple of seconds.
Yeah. But no, here he's fetched outside of one, outside the off stump, slashed at it wide.
That sucks.
Caught behind.
Throws it away. Oh man.
Everyone's heads goes in there.
Was huge, man. This is a huge wicket.
Everyone's heads go in their hands. Klassen 5 for 8 off 8. Hasn't been able to find it this year.
The situation's now at 80 for 47. 80 for 47 is definitely
just stay out there. Just someone stay out there. Here comes Jones. Here he comes. He got 70 the other night. Here he goes. Hetmeyer and Jones. Jones can be the savior.
I don't know why they held them back, man.
It's okay. I don't mind it. I mean, like I said, but it doesn't matter. Like, any of them can bat anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, here's my thing. If Klassen isn't batting good at 5 or 6, then throw him an opener. It doesn't matter. As long as you score, like if you look at San Francisco, as long as you score 30 off 20, your job's done. If you score 36 off 16, job done. Your job isn't done if you score 0. If you score 0 off 10, or if you score 5 off 7, job's not done. If you score,
I would rather swap like Steven Taylor for Aaron Jones. If you want, somebody who wants to come and power hit at this late or this late in the innings, then Steven Taylor's probably your guy to smash an older ball with some power. Kind of deal, and have a guy like Aaron Jones in the order.
Technically, the order, somehow Warner has to get back into the lineup, because here's the thing: if you've watched Warner get out, his 3 out of 4 outs have been reverse sweeping. So if he doesn't reverse sweep, and you say, hey, do everything but reverse sweep, then he's probably gonna score a couple of 50s. You know what
I
I
think his
mean?
confidence
So,
must be low, just because of,
there's no
just
low
changes in the
confidence.
leadership.
There's no low confidence for if you watch him bat. There is zero low confidence. He just goes 4-4-4-4-4,
Yeah.
reverse sweep out. You're like, oh,
Out.
okay. Because like he's a four hitter. Like
Yeah.
he was when I watched him the first game, he was like bang, 4 down the ground, bang, 4 square leg, bang, 4 cut shot, 4, bang down the ground
Yeah.
again, 4, and then reverse sweep out. You're like, okay, cool. And then he reverse sweep like
Funny.
2 more times in the next 2 games and also got out. So
Yeah, but he's too experienced of a player to keep out of this lineup, man, especially when pushing a playoff run. And for me, experience is worth its weight in gold. And I think he's got to be in that lineup, to obviously guide these guys to, that playoff and push for that championship. Because I think they have a good chance if they continue to, win. I mean, they've won their last 2 tonight. It looks a 50-50 now with, with Clausen gone, but Hetmeyer's still there. Can he pull it off, for these guys? And, so we'll see. But I think the batting lineup, Sikandar Raza even, I think is batting too high at 4. He's probably like a, 5-6-ish, but, player where he does good. His career record is there at like 5-6 and has done well. So I don't think they should push him up too far up the order, but 6-7 is good for him. And
look, you consider tonight he got out. Unfortunately, it wasn't
Yeah.
His own fault. So one of those situations. But I think
Right.
I'm a big believer in switching up the order. Like I'm a big believer in even reversing the order if you're in a
Yeah.
pickle. Like sending out some batters that are tail enders just to go out there and swing a bat for a couple of overs,
Yeah.
just to chill out.
So maybe Harmeet's the guy, man. Give Harmeet a chance. Be like, bro, go take up the top of the order, kind of like Sunil Narayan used to do, for LA Knight Riders, or not LA, but Kolkata Knight Riders.
Yeah.
KKR, and he would just go out there, open the inning, smash everything from, the power play. So I think that's something that maybe Harmeet Singh can be given a shot at to go open the innings, and I'm sure he'll take it because he's a really good all rounder, does well with the bat, good control with the ball, and he's a future leader of this team too. He's a vice captain, I believe, as well. So
like he's actually, because like even though he's an all rounder, like he's still extremely far down the order because there's so many people that can bat.
That's right. That's why you can use him. I mean, I like that. I like your idea of being able to send a power hitter or a pinch hitter in the power play, a wicket that's not getting you much down the order, but they may get you a 5 off 15 to start the innings. That's a good. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Because it's impact and it's good strike rates. So I think it's just whoever can provide you good strike rates in certain scenarios, makes for a good way to go. And that's why I think strategy, data, matchups, we've come such a long way into the sport of cricket, and baseball is already way ahead. And if you follow anything in baseball, you know how data is run, how every matchup is calculated, how right-handed pitchers versus left-handed pitchers, the batters that are there, some guys have better averages against right-handed pitchers, some have better against left-handed, so they're in the lineups based off of that. You can be a great player against right-handed pitching, but you could suck against a lefty. So every time a lefty's on the mound, you're going to be on the bench for that team. Kind of deal, So
I think that's how cricket is going to eventually go.
Yeah.
So like the lineup tonight may have been moved around because they may have seen, okay, they're playing Hasan Khan's in a play, so this batter is better against leg spin or off spin than this player, and you know what I mean. I think that's how we're that lineup, and you're gonna have seven batters, and the captain or the coach will decide who's going to go out depending on who's bowling at what point. Because I want to see, instead of having openers, like if they're going to open with a pace, then you put out your best batter for pace. If someone's better at spin, then if there's a wicket fall in that over, then if wicket in the first ball, then you have that batter has 5 balls to face the spinner, and he could be right away, bang, 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 start turning the game around. So I think that's what we're going to start seeing from the T20 is more matchup based order lineup, which I think might have happened tonight. but it
Yeah,
hasn't.
Moneyball, man. You've seen Moneyball, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Same thing,
Yeah.
man. You know, just the data. The data is.
Oh no, it's a run out. Oh my god. Oh
Oh,
my god. Oh my stars and stripes. They both get back. Can you believe it? Oh my
doink.
god. Oh my god. They were both at one end. They were both in the middle of the wicket at the same time.
They
I don't
survived,
know
though,
what
right?
happened. They survived. I'm gonna watch the replay. They ran a 2. I don't know if they were running for 3. Someone wanted 3, someone didn't want 3. Okay, they're not going to the replay yet. I got to watch the replay. I don't know how they got in that position. He goes big down the ground, Hetmeyer. It's going to be a 6.
6. A
Over the
6.
fence. Oh, Matt Short can't believe it. Hetmeyer moves to 36 off 14,
I don't know
64
Matthew
off
Short
38.
bowled. Why are they bowling Matthew Short?
So, no, here's the thing. So, Matthew Short's
I
a
didn't know
very good
Matthew
bowler.
Short bowled.
No, very good. Very good off spinner. The problem is, this is when I come back to the matchup. I was going to make a video today about how smart they are for bowling Matt Short and how smart he is bowling. The problem is right now is that Matt Short is bowling to Hetmeyer, who's a left-hander. Short comes on the bowl. When Short comes on the bowl, he bowls to the right-hander and he pulls the innings up to a halt because he angles in at the pads and you can't get the full swing of the bat. So there was a game when they played against I think it was LA Knight Riders. And Russell, I think, had been scoring some runs. So Short brought himself on. And then it might have even been Monik Patel for the Monik Patel. It could have been Powell and Monik Patel. But he was angling the ball in at the pads. And the run rate was like they'd scored like 70 or something in the power play or 80 in the power play.
Damn.
And then he come on to bowl and he was angling in the pads and they were just getting singles. They pushed all the field back and they were just hitting 6 singles. And it slowed the run rate down. But Hetmeyer is a left-hander. So when you have a right-handed off-spinner coming to the left-hander, it's now just like he can just free his arms and smash it. He needs to come back. He needs to go back around the wicket for the left-hander and, again, put it into his pad. So I think he might have cut his arm. Did he cut his arm? He's grazed. He's had it. They're running it. Oh, no. I think he has grazed. He's grazed his arm. So, yeah. So here's the run. Hetmeyer runs down, pushes for 2, comes back, runs. Oh, there was a hesitation on the 2. That's what it was.
Hetmeyer 106 for 5 and 14, right? Need 63 off 36.
So
63 off 6 is what the situation
watching the replay here, oh my goodness, Seaford, if his Seaford took the stumps off, he would have been out. So Tim Seifert takes the ball at the keeper's end, which Hetmeyer is running to. Instead of taking the bails off, he takes the ball and throws it backhanded to Short at the non-striker's end. Hetmeyer would have been safe, but as he dived, the bat pendulumed up. He hit the ground and his bat bounced. So if Seifert had taken the stumps off at his own end, he would have been out because the bat never touched behind the crease. It bounced in front of the crease and then came up. Oh my goodness. That's
ridiculous.
Nuts. That's so nuts.
That's just some luck, man.
That's some luck right there. That's some Orca luck right there. They needed that Orca luck right there.
Hey, but the situation is in hand still, man. 62 off 35. Hetmeyer still there.
Oh my God.
Smashes a few more 6s along the way. You know, this is going to become an easier target for them. If the run rate drops, but you just need one more over with, a couple of 6s, drop the situation down to like 50 off 30, for example. And then
yeah,
I think they take it, man. If they continue, if Hetmeyer is there, if Hetmeyer's gone, then we
who comes in next?
on.
I'm not sure who comes in next.
Harmeet Singh. Probably Harmeet
comes in next.
Yeah. But I mean, Liam Plunkett, why is he? Well, he's only bowled 1 over, for example. I mean, I wouldn't think that they would have him in the lineup just to bowl 1 over for a matchup kind of deal.
Unless they want him to
wouldn't you think you can get a
youngster
in maybe if you're gonna just have a guy bowl 1 over? Because he's, I'm sure he's gonna come back into the death. But so far, I just see 1 over for 11, 3 from Hassan Khan. Romario Shepherd is bowling his 3rd over. Karima Gore is balled in over. Matthew Short is balled in over.
Yeah, maybe they're just going through their matchups. I don't know. Orcas All nervous in the dugout here. Hetmeyer on strike. Got the helmet. Got the big chain. The cricket chain hanging out there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Bowling in. Oh, it's a full bunger. He smashed it through the offside. It's 4 bits. 4 bits through the covers.
Oh.
Good shot.
Then 12. There you go. 57 off 33.
4 bits. Oh, man, it's all counting. It's coming down to the wire over here. Your big full bunger.
Yeah, man,
full
this is down to
toss.
the wire.
Outside off stump. Bang. Straight for the covers. That's 4 runs.
Who's going to win this, guys? Let us know in the comments if you guys are watching the Seattle Orcas match versus San Francisco Unicorns, and who's going to take this match. Is it going to be Seattle Orcas chasing this down to the wire, and or is it going to be Unicorns cutting this down? If it's a couple of wickets for Unicorns, or I think a cameo from Seattle would take the game. So we're supporting Seattle here, Adam. So let's see what happens.
We're cheering them on to win. We want them to get the final. I think it's going to be one of those fairy tale stories, them getting through to the finals after their start. Because technically, if you took the losses from last year, it was 10 losses in a row. Because they lost matches at the back end of last year. Yeah, they won their first game last year and then didn't win another game. Something to that effect. And then they had lost the first 5 this season. So technically it was 10 losses in a row. Technically.
Yeah. Damn, dude. They're coming back though. I mean, it's bound to, tables are bound to turn, once you're gonna lose so much, the only way you can go is up, right? So
well, yeah, wait. They've bowled 8 bowlers so far. How many bowls have they bowled?
That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of, they're just
they
bowling
just
whoever, bro. Here, the captain.
They just pulled up a stat.
Here.
They just pulled up a stat. They're like, there's 8 bowl. Everyone's giving a bowl. That's how it should be. Everyone give everyone a ball. Everyone bowls 2 overs. When you play Super Sixes tournament, you have 6 players on the side.
That's like that, yeah.
So every bowler has to
Yeah.
bowl 1 over, and the keeper can't bowl. So you bowl 5 overs each.
I
So
want to do
5
something like
overs
that
per
locally,
team.
man. A local tournament that would be kind of like Super Sixes. Would be fun.
Yeah, no, Super Six. We should definitely do Super Sixes. You can just pump games out like one every hour. Just pump them out, not even just round robin style, ready to go. Go out there you go, back to back.
It's fun. It's a different format
for a drinks break. Yeah, and then everyone. You have 6 players, 1 keeper. You bowl 5 overs get bowled. Everyone bowls 1 over, and you smack it. And then that's it. And then that's it. You got once you're out, you're out. Done. See you later.
Yeah.
So 55 off 30 now is this.
20. What is the situation right now?
55 off 30.
49 of 25.
Ahead.
I think somebody smacked a 6.
Oh, someone must hit a 6 right. Joe's must hit a 6 right here. Oh, yeah, that's a 6. That's massive. That's gone. Yep, that's out of here. See you later, buddy. Wow.
Matthew
wow.
Short.
Yeah.
Another over.
No, so that's what I'm saying. So this, we have to do the comparison here. So this matchup right now, on
purpose, man.
So this matchup now is terrible. Short's matchup to
crazy.
The right-hander normally is good, but to Jones, that's Jones's shot. That's Jones's number 1 shot there. He's literally bowling right into his arc. Now that's a better ball, a little bit more down leg side, a little bit more of a better ball if it's a single. But now Hetmeyer's on strike. It's going to be right in his arc again. He's going to go big, bang, 6. Hetmeyer tosses it up, bang, 6. As we're watching a replay, bang, 6, bang, 4, bang, 4. Hetmeyer hitting some boundaries here, bang.
Well, they're going to be good, man. If they can get 7 runs off 3 balls, it's literally, 20 last 4 overs, they need 40 runs. So that's 10 runs and over, which they can manage. Just 10 runs and over, get a boundary, get a couple doubles, get a couple singles, and, you're there. So 1 boundary and over, couple doubles, couple singles does it. So
yeah,
I feel like that. And if they get 1 good over, in there, who knows? But again, Hetmeyer is the key. Hetmeyer.
Oh, yeah. Crowd catch. Oh, my God. It gave me a heart attack. Crowd catch.
Another 6?
No, it was a crowd catch. No, it was in like he hit it straight back to short. Short caught it, but he bumped it. The stream paused for a second. I thought he hit it, caught and bowled. But no, it was a crowd catch, a bumper. It was a bumper.
Bumper.
Oh, he goes big leg side again. Beat the fielder. No, right to the fielder.
4-6. Did he hit
Christian
another
Murphy.
6? No, it's not a 4.
Christian Murphy comes around, stops it, cuts it off. He hits a 6. You're like it's like fortune telling. You're like telling the future. It's like you're telling the future.
I thought somebody did it. I thought somebody did it. But
Headmire,
for viewers
striker.
that are watching us, I'm gonna put up a question for you guys. Which MLC franchise has the strongest brand identity? Drop in the comments. Let us know which is your favorite MLC franchise. Which team do you guys follow, and who do you guys think has the strongest brand identity?
Well,
and is doing it the best here in America.
From being out in the games, I can tell you that MI has a strong following. Texas has a strong following. Yeah. And as for the local vibe, California, San Francisco has a big following, the Unicorns. So they're probably like the big three. I feel like a lot of the MI support was from people that had moved from Mumbai to America, and they were like, we're just Mumbai Indian fans. Yeah. And then the Texas team, they have the Whistles, so they all come out. They're big into the Texas because, again, from Chennai, relatability and the Whistles and everything. And then, but the locals, for the Unicorns, the locals came out because that was a lot of the vibe was, what's the local team? Okay, we're going for that team. That's our team. You know what I mean? That's our team. I was hearing them say that. So, the locals were like big up in the Corns. So, up the Corns, bro.
That's good, but Seattle's got to be up there too. Seattle's got a very loyal fan following, and they're doing it right.
It's hard to tell the fan following because the games are so far from Seattle. So, like, there was a group that I was with. They had traveled 16 hours. They drove from Seattle to go to the game. They had a bunch of families, brought all their kids down. So that's also obviously impressive. But for Seattle is probably the odd team out that's so far the furthest away from all the action. That doesn't have a direct line to the IPL, whereas like Mumbai Indians, there was a lot of LA residents that were supporting Mumbai Indians because they are Mumbai Indians fans in general. So even more than we weren't caring too much about being the local team. That was like, no, we're MI fans, so we're going to support MI. So
yeah, I think that's where the next major step of growth is for MLC. Because the local brand identity within these teams, and I think Seattle, in my opinion, is doing the best locally. I mean, Mumbai Indians would bring already a ton of fan following. LA Knight Riders would bring a ton of fan following with them as well, because they're already built brands, in global major leagues. Texas Super Kings as well is another one that's already built their fan following, based on IPL and on other tournaments around the world. But, Seattle, it's like, it seems they're building it from scratch. And they're doing it the right way. So I think Seattle Orcas locally and San Francisco, as you said, they're doing great as well with the kind of infrastructure that they're building and the management as well. So, but yeah, let us know what you guys think. Who are your teams that you guys follow for Major League, who are going to be big teams, and which cities as well. We got 2 teams upcoming in the 2026 and the 2027 seasons. Where are they going to land up? Toronto is an option, and Atlanta is an option.
Plunk it back into the attack.
Yeah, who's back into the attack? Plunkett.
There we go. Oh, Hetmire goes massive on the ground. That's 6 bits. Wow.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They're hugging each other. What are they hugging for? 50? 50. 51 up for Hetmire. They're all clapping and they're all standing on their feet, clapping Hetmire. His score is 50. Big 60 on the ground. Wow. I'm gonna get my other phone. We might as well stay to the end. I'm gonna get my other phone to hook into Instagram.
Let's do it.
Right back.
Yeah, let's do it. It's almost there. Yeah, guys, who's gonna win this? And we're having a watch party so far for this match with Seattle Orcas and San Francisco Unicorns. 44 runs left in 22 balls. Shimron Hetmire is 45 runs off 23 deliveries, 3 4s, 4 6s. He's already smashed. And the final 22 balls are left and 44 runs. Who will take this match? Let us know who you guys think. Can Aaron Jones and Shimron Hetmire take Seattle Orcas home? And Aaron Jones is already a USA superstar, so we're rooting for him to get a win here because it's really going to matter when it comes to the playoff spots, right? Because they've lost 5 flat already, then won the last 2, and this is their 8th match, and 3 matches left after that. So crucial match. If they lose this, they can be out. So they're coming back in, based off of this. And also, if you didn't join us earlier, Adam had some big news. He will be going to watch or cover MLC's playoffs next week in Houston, where where he will do a lot of content and talk to players and such. And it's he's got MLC creds, essentially media creds. So it's a big win for Adam,
MLC
big win
creds.
for us here on the podcast. He's going to be covering a lot of cricket. We're going to provide him support when we can, and you guys can provide him with ideas on content. You guys can provide him with ideas on what to ask players. If you guys have any questions or things that you guys want him to do content wise, drop them in the chat and let us know what you guys think, as Adam works on his second camera, so he can we can finish off this match and the podcast for tonight.
Oh, they got a
Turn into a
wicket.
watch party, which is awesome. We got to do these watch parties more often.
Yeah, I think they got a wicket.
Oh, they did. Let me brought it. Oh yeah, Aaron Jones gone. I think I jinxed him. I think I jinxed it because Aaron Jones was looking decent. He was supporting Shimron Hetmeyer, but
Done.
But it could be a blessing in disguise. Maybe Harmeet Singh comes out, smashes a 10-ball 25 or something to help the game.
Yeah, so we need right here. Here we go. We're going live on the Instagrams. Jones, 14 off 12. Guys, welcome to this MLC watch party. We're live on the Cricket Weekly podcast. We're live on Instagram. The Orcas right now are in pursuit of a win here against San Francisco. It's coming down to the wire here. We have 3 overs to go here. We're wrapping up our pod. We tried to go live on the pod on here. StreamYard's having some issues with getting the broadcast through, so I'm going directly through Instagram for the watch party. If you on the other screen here, I have Nabil Khan. We're still live on the Reverse Scoop podcast, but we're keeping the pod going for watch party. So we're watching MLC right now. Plunkett's got a wicket for the Unicorns. Jones has to go. And it's coming down to the wire now. 134 for 6.
This is going to be something. Oh, they
we
send
go.
Gerald Coatsy out.
Coatsy's on strike.
Why not Hermeet over Coatsy?
I don't know.
I know Coatsy can smash it, but I would have rather had Hermeet in there, man.
Hetmeyer moves into the 5th spot in the most runs scored in the MLC so far. Out of 6 matches, he has 283 runs. Everyone above him has an extra match ahead of him, so he might have the best average. Kohli is king in the chat. That's what happens in most of the time in the chat. Everyone loves their Kohli. Who's better, Kohli or Sachin? There's no question.
I don't think we want to go there, man.
There's only one answer to that question. There's only one answer. There's only one correct answer.
Why would they ask?
No, I was asking.
Look at their test record. That's what I say, man. Just look at their test record.
Who's better, Punting or Kohli? Who was better, Bradman or Kohli? Who was better?
I like that. Let's do it.
Jacques Callis or Kohli?
That's nuts.
Oh man!
Holy shit, man!
That's gonna be a wide.
131 for 6.
100. So they had. So the other night they needed 32 off 12, and they got it done. Now, right now they need 31 off 19. So that's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. David Warner hasn't been performing up to expectations. David Warner he'd been batting okay until, like I said, we mentioned this in the podcast. He's gotten out 3 times reverse sweeping. So that is an issue in itself. Bro, buy our bats. Bro, buy our bats. Eagle versus Kohli. The chase is hard, but Hetty has been doing incredible stuff since the past incredible chase ahead. Yes, Hetty the Incredible Hulk. Hetty the Hulk. That's what we got here. Hetty the Hulk. So 30 off 18. It's doable. It's very
it's
doable.
absolutely doable. This is in their hand, man. This
doable.
is all them now.
Hetty can get him home here. There's 4 wickets in hand. Hetty at the crease. Let's go.
3 over 30. It's exactly what we asked for. 10 runs and over.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll take it, man. I mean, T20 10 runs and over in the last 3 overs. This is the tailor-made situation is what you want.
Hetty getting it done over here.
It's just as a wicket falls here, that could mess something up, but as long as a wicket doesn't fall and it's not of Shimron Hetmeyer, so he smashes a 6, man. Another 6 by Shimron Hetmeyer.
He goes, oh, you're ahead. You're ahead of the stream.
I am ahead. They're at 145 for 6 now.
Here we go. Catch. Coming into the attack. He's none for 11 off 3. He's final over here. Heading on strike. Oh, Hetty goes massive. He goes big leg side. Oh, over the fence. Hetty goes big.
24 off 17, man. They're going to take it home from here.
Oh, 24 off 17. The Orcas are coming home. I got to get the dolphin fin on. I got to get the fin on my head. Hang on,
get the flag. I want to see the flag. Oh man, they're taking it home. Shimron Hetmeyer's hit some form in the last 3 matches.
Someone broke this. Someone tried to put it on.
61 runs of 27 deliveries.
I'm gonna put it on. Here we go.
There you go. There you go, man. Go Orcas.
Wait, I gotta go this. I gotta go this way. I gotta go like this. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Is that good for the stream? There you go.
That's good for the stream, man. Looks good. Looks solid.
Oh man. We got the flag too. We got the flag. Hey.
And smart,
I got
man.
a bunch of flags. I can give you some flags. I got a bunch of flags.
Sounds good, man. I'll take them.
How's this gonna? I can't. Oh, actually, this can't work because I can't put the headset on. But anyway, I'll put it on for fun for 5 seconds.
So Hetmeyer hits a 6, full end straight on middle leg, goes down on one knee, and hoiks it well away. You know, over deep backward square leg fence. So it's a massive 6, man. In the context of the game, where you know, now 23 off 16, the situation's getting better and better for Seattle Orcas. The net run rate is down, so as long as we don't lose a wicket or 2 here, Seattle should take this home. And yeah, you know, Hetmeyer's happy to see Hetmeyer, you know, coming back to form.
Here we go.
Terrible IPL.
Coatsy on strike. Oh, just a single.
Yeah, man. If he wins this match for Seattle as well, then it'll be 3 matches, and you know,
he's going to be a cult. He's going to be absolute cult hero. They're going to build him a statue. If you get it home here 3 in a row, build the man a statue.
As they should, because he would single-handedly bring you guys back from an 0-5 star to now standing at 4 and beating actually San Francisco Unicorns as well, man, who've been the most dominant team in the league. You know, they're the most dominant team. Well prepared, well planned, and they have the players, they have the resources, so they've done super well. And beating a side like San Francisco Unicorns, I think is going to give them a push.
Here we go.
You know, though I think
15. Oh, that's a Yorker. It goes through him. Oh, that's a dot ball. Wow.
So is San Francisco playing their best team today, Adam? Do you know? Or are they missing a few guys in their lineup?
No, they're playing a regular side. So they're playing their full lineup. Yeah, this is their regular full strength side. So they had they had done different variations of the top order, but basically they went Short, Allen, Jake Fraser McGurk, which is regular, into Christian Murphy and Siebert, which that's their order. Yeah, that's their regular order for 5. Yep. Oh, he goes big offside. He's going to pierce the gap coming around. No, cuts it off. They're going to run 2 runs. Oh, he just calls for a
21
single.
off 21 off 13, man. That's the situation right now. 21 off 13. What
look at Watson's had a big breath. Paul Watson, he had a big breath. Had a big breath right there.
Man.
So now Coates is going to face the final ball, which is fine. I think that's fine. The only thing that San Francisco could have done different was they could have picked LaRue. I don't know if Ralph isn't playing, so there's no Ralph today. I think that's a big difference. No Ralph.
Yeah.
So no Ralph, no LaRue. They could have had a different bowling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're missing a few guys, definitely. They got Kareem Gore in the lineup, who would usually not make their top lineup.
Yeah. Coates has hit a 4. He hit a ramp cut for 4. It's 17 now off 12 for the Orcas. Shane Watson can't believe it. He's shaking his head. Shane Watson can't believe it.
Oh,
That's a
man.
slower ball at the body. Gives himself some room. Uppercut over the slips. No one there. That's a good shot. That's actually a fantastic shot. Uses the full blade. Uppercut. 4 runs. Hello, everyone. What's going on, team? You hanging in there? We got watch party here. We got the Orcas,
Brody
Unicorns.
Calgary, Bartlett.
Watch party. Bringing it home here. It's 152 for
17
6.
off 12, man. It's 17 off 12.
17 off 12. He's coming right down to the wire here for the Orcas.
8.5 runs per over.
Orcas again. The
8.5
situation for the
runs per over
Orcas.
is
They
nothing. got this.
need to win 2 out of 3 games to clinch a finals berth. They need 2 out of 3 games. This could be one right here. After being 5-0, they need a win right here. Gets them one more win away from the finals. Can you believe it? Shane Watson in the dugout, the coach of Freedom on the edge of his seat. Bartlett back into the attack. He's 2 wickets, 15 runs. He opened the innings with 2 slips in place. What can Bartlett do here? Bartlett to Hetmeyer. Hetmeyer goes big. I don't think it's going to be enough. It might fall short. It's going to fall short of the man in the deep. Just a single.
Is he gone?
Just a single.
Oh, say survived.
Jake Fraser McGurk was charging in off the boundary.
16 off 11.
It's doable. It's doable.
You gotta get a couple of boundaries. Oh, it's more than doable. Just get a boundary
just
or
another
2.
single. If Coates, if he can get a single here and just get Hetmeyer back on strike, that'll work. Here we go.
I think you should look for a
16 off
boundary.
11.
He's got a free swing here, essentially.
You're right.
Single.
You know, he does have a free swing. Yeah, he does have a free swing. So get bat to ball, free swing. Here we go. Cozy on strike. What's he got to do here? Bartlett coming in. Free swing, bang. Just going to be a single. That works out fine.
10.
Works out fine. 15 off 10. Just needs, 2 boundaries. 2 boundaries gets it going. It's really just three boundaries. Get 3 boundaries and it's done. 3 out of 10.
Let's see. I think that somebody smashed a boundary. 4 runs from Hetmeyer, man.
Oh, here we go.
11 off 9.
Hetmeyer. Well, at the situation now on the stream, it's 15 from 10. Hetmeyer.
11 off 9.
Hetmeyer on strike. Goes big leg side. 1 bounce through the rope. It's 4 runs. 68 for 32. 68 off 32. That's the 605th.
Can Hetmeyer carry this form, man? Because they need this guy.
Hetmeyer 68 off 32.
He's just smashed it and won these 3 games for Seattle Orcas, man.
Bro.
Wow.
How are you? How's it going, team? What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Getting the live reaction here. We got Orcas taking on Washington. Orcas taking on San Francisco Unicorns, and the Orcas are 11 runs away from a win and 1 step closer to the finals. Here we go. Hetmeyer on strike to Bartlett.
Single.
Oh, he goes big. Get down. A full short of the man in the deep. Just going to be a single. They run a single. It's 1 more run.
8 balls.
Woo. Hi from Kashmir. India. Hello. What's going on?
Oh, man. 69 off 33. What a knock, man, from Shimron.
What a knock.
He's truly been special these last 3 games, man.
Build the man a statue.
Oh, yeah.
Build him a statue. Wow.
See, what this does is it now allows other players from the Seattle lineup to, match this type of a performance. And I think now, just with the confidence, it's going to build this team up, man. 160 for 6.
10 off 8. 10 off 8. Oh, this going to run a single. Hetmeyer back on strike. Every run counts here. Every single counts. How are we? I'm doing very well.
This last ball is critical, man, of this over. Of the 19th over. If this last ball, they get a boundary, they put themselves ahead. But if they, it's a dot ball or a single, then 8 runs off the final over. The best option may just take the single so that Hetmeyer's on strike. Yeah, or look for a
That's-
boundary. It's just a free swing. It's a free hit.
Or free
If you
swing,
get
I
out,
guess.
so be it.
Yeah.
If you get out,
and then
so
it
be it.
come-
It's a free hit.
Yeah. Here we go, team.
up.
Oh, it's coming down to the wire. Can we believe it? In Florida. Yeah, we're in Florida. Oh, you're in Florida right now? You're in Florida right now? There you go. Some people are in Florida watching the game.
There
Very
you
beautiful
go.
place. Yeah. Oh, I
They're
haven't
at-
been
they're at
there.
the field?
I don't know. So we got Real Hit Fantasy in the chat says now in Florida. So that means they may be in Florida. Here we go. 9 runs, 7 balls.
Bingo.
Bartlett running in. Hetmeyer goes, slashes at it. He's dropped.
That's bingo.
Oh, he drops him. He ran in off the boundary. 2-hand
Oh.
diving in. And it was Gore. Couldn't hang on to the catch.
Ooh,
It was-
Kareem
would have
Gore
been-
dropped him.
Would have been an absolute screamer. He ran full pelt, diving forward. Gonna watch the replay to see how close it was. Hetmeyer just slashed at it. It spliced over, diving forward, couldn't hold on. It was 6 inches from the ground, jumping forward. Oh, in his hands, out of his hands. Oh, that could be the
Wow.
game for the Corns right there. Hetty proving the haters wrong. Hetty doing his work over here. So drop catch. Hetty moves to 70 of 34. It's 8 now of 6.
8 of final 6 deliveries. I mean, it's a
8
pretty
of
easy
6.
situation. They should get this in,
Oh,
but it's cricket. You never know.
It's
how
cricket.
Things can turn.
oh, the
wickets
drop catch.
Can still change things, man. Couple wickets can still change things, but 8 runs off of final 6 deliveries, and Shemron Hetmeyer dropped on the last ball of the 19th over. And yeah, how costly will that drop be? And it was by Kareem Gore, who they put in the lineup today, I'm sure, just to kind of give him some game time. And yeah, that drop could cost big if he kind of
Here we
takes
go.
the team home here. So
So
let's go
Watson-
here, man. No
Watson
run
was
off the
there.
first.
Yeah. Watson.
No run off the
Here
first.
we go. We got Shepard. Oh, he chopped it on. He should have let it go. It was going to be a wide. That ball was a wide. He chopped it on to himself.
Dot ball. Yeah.
Oh, dot ball. He
8
should let the
eight
ball
off
go.
5.
Should let
8
the
off
ball
5.
go.
Pressure on. Who's the pressure's gonna get better of who, the bowler or the batter here, man? Another
my
dot
God.
ball, and there'd be a lot more pressure on Shemron Hetmeyer here.
Here we go. It's nervous energy around the stadium.
Max to
What
6. Oh, 6.
Here we go. Hetmeyer. 70 of 35. It's 8 to cut off 5 balls. Hetmeyer goes massive. He goes
Huge,
down the ground.
massive.
Oh, that's the biggest one of the night. Puts it out of the stadium. They can't believe it. It's over the stadium roof. It's
a
out of here.
7-6 of the night. It's a
Oh,
7-6 of the
Hetmeyer
night,
goes
man.
absolutely massive. Puts him out of the ground. It's 2 runs off 4 balls.
Wow.
The Orcas about to come home with a win here in Florida.
Seattle
the first
Orcas
game
are
of
surging.
Florida. Oh my God! Right here, slower ball picks it up, just bang in the middle of the bat, puts it over the fence. Oh, look at it! A bunch of kids in the crowd. He hit it 100. That's the biggest 6 of a tournament. He hit it 102 meters. It's
Wow,
335
what a
feet.
hit.
It's literally out of the stadium. He hit
What
the
a
ball
hit.
out of the stadium. It's absolutely gone. That ball is not coming back. That ball is in the car park.
Match over, man. He wins it, takes a double. And
Here we go. 204.
Hetmeyer.
204 right here. What can Hetmeyer do? 2 runs, 4 balls. Hits it to the offside. Is he going to be the gap? They're going to come back for 2. And that's going to be the game. He's running. The Orcas do it. The Orcas get the win.
The Orcas get the win,
win.
man.
They win over the San Francisco Unicorns. Oh my
What a win.
goodness. No
Hetmeyer
way.
has done it in back-to-back games.
back
And
to
what a
back
player
to back.
forced back-to-back, man. Yeah, 3.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Seattle.
Single-handedly surging the
Single-handedly.
Orcas.
Oh my goodness. What a comeback.
Wow, man. The Pod
Wow.
Squad. Pod Squad is back. Pod Squad is back.
Pod
in the
Squad is
MLC's
back.
race.
The Pod Squad is back.
And yeah, they're gonna be looking dangerous,
Wow.
man. If Shemron
Wow.
Hetmeyer's bat like this, and Wow, what a performance in the last 3 matches. And
Build the man a statue team. Orcas coming out on top here against the Unicorns. Chase down 169. They win by 4 wickets with 3 balls remaining. Wow, Hetmeyer getting it done for the Unicorns. Wow, what a pod.
Doing it against the best team of the league, too, not just a bottom ranked team. This was the best team in the league. This should put them, in a good, solid, confident foundation where they can now go ahead and win the rest of their league matches and compete in playoffs, man. And, after a brutal 0-5 start, man, which we all were shocked by, we never saw that 0-5 start come in like that. After that, they come in, they make the changes, fire their coach, Matthew Mott, who is an Australian head coach. So he came in with a lot of pedigree. So firing a coach like that, and then a captain like Heinrich Klaassen, asking him to step down, bringing Sikandar Raza, making some changes in their personnel in the back end. And wow, man, what a turnaround by the Orcas.
It's incredible.
Incredible.
The Orcas are now just 1 win away from the finals. They needed to win 2 out of 3 games to make it to the finals. Adam, will you be in the finals at Dallas? I'm going to screenshot that. Yes, I will be. Screenshot that. Yes, I will be in Dallas for the finals. Yes, I'll be going for the final. I'll be there for all the games. I'll be there Tuesday through Sunday for the finals in Dallas. Be on the media team. So that's going to be epic. Yes, I'll should be back down in the crowd, in with the fans, making some videos. So what a pod. What a pod.
The pod, man. What
turned into the Pod Squad watch squad.
Pod Squad watch party here on Cricket Weekly, man. It turned out to be a great turnout, and thank you for watching, guys. Follow Adam on his Instagram, follow me on Instagram and on YouTube, obviously, and on Facebook where you guys watch us. And Adam's going to, for the finals week in Houston next week. Going to be covering MLC. Any ideas you guys have, he's going to be doing a ton of content there, guys. So,
that's right.
You may not see us in the next week or so, since Adam will be away. But when he comes back, we're going to have a bunch of
some stuff.
Parties ready for you guys. But
get the party ready.
Yeah, but until that time, just stick with Adam, stick with me on the short form stuff. And we'll catch you next time on the next podcast, whenever that may be. So from here on the Reverse Scoop Cricket Weekly, episode 36, Adam and I are going to call it a night. You guys have a great night.
Night, guys.